let's take a look around the Big 12 this weekend. We're going to pick every single game. Let's pull up the scoreboard. Here we go.
Hey, remember what we said about well, we never really went over our scores predictions from the last one, but I was pretty
Were you pretty spot on?
pretty spot on with a couple of them. I was like almost
Dude,
like locked in.
you need to do the ESPN bet.
I don't know,
All
man.
right.
I'm not a good. I feel like I'm good at gambling when money's not on the line, and then when I put my money on the line, I just completely blow
Right.
it.
So starting off here at the top, obviously it's going to show K-State first. I have K-State winning 58-10. You have K-State winning
54-9.
Yep. So both of us have K-State winning, covering the spread, covering the over/under as well. That is our predictions for that game, which I believe last weekend both of us had K-State covering the spread as well, and K-State did. And it did hit the over, and you picked that, so that ended up working for you. I missed out on the over/under. K-State, sorry, not K-State, KU, my goodness, that is a big difference, is hosting Texas Tech on Saturday. KU is only a 3.5-point favorite. That seems really low, honestly.
What?
That seems really, really, really low. Over under 61.5. I think KU just blows out Texas Tech.
Yeah, they're at
Ready for
home.
us next weekend. I got KU winning like 47 to like 24.
They're at home and they're coming off some really good wins. They're on fire, man. Jason
Yes.
Beam, he's solid. He's really. I think he's even better than.
Jalen Daniels.
Yeah, I think he's better than Jalen Daniels. I mean,
I
I just from what I've seen, he's got a crazy hot hand. I just. Yeah, I actually agree. I actually agree with Jay Nixon. That was a really good take right there. I think they at least beat them by 2 touchdowns. At least that's minimum.
But you know what? Vegas usually knows, man. Vegas knows, dude. There's something weird about this line. There's something they know that we do not know. So who knows what happens? But what's your score prediction? What did you say?
I'm gonna say, so it's over under 61. I think KU's in the 40s here and Texas is in the 20s. I think it's like 41, 20, 21.
Okay, so both of us have KU winning, covering the spread, and hitting the over as well.
Yeah, we're hitting the over for sure here.
Oklahoma State with a massive, massive, massive trap game at UCF this week. UCF has some speed, man, and we saw it firsthand. They're 1-5 in the Big 12. But they very easily could have a couple more wins against OU, against Baylor, a few other teams. They're a lot better than their record shows. Oklahoma State by 2.5, over under 64.5.
Yeah,
I'm calling the upset here, dude. I'm doing it. I'm calling the upset. UCF wins this game 38-34, hitting the over. They're going to rush the field and get K-State right, possibly back into getting to Arlington. I got UCF winning, man. This is that would be a massive win for UCF.
No doubt about it. It would be a massive win. I just don't think they can do it because the reason why I believe that UCF is going to lose this game is because Oklahoma State has the best running back in the country, and their weakness is literally, quite literally, rushing offense. Like their rushing defense is horrible. That's why DJ, what do you almost have freaking 200 yards rushing, and then they went against KU, and the same thing happened. And they have like their toughest running back opponent in the country. I do not know. I don't know, man. I don't think that win over Cincinnati is enough. And it wasn't like it was a blowout win of Cincinnati. It was, like I'm saying,
I'm just saying Oklahoma State has never really impressed me this year.
No, and I agree with you. I think
way overlooking them, and it's an away game. It smells like a UCF win to me, man.
If I will agree with you from like looking at their entire rest of the schedule, which let's be honest, the Oklahoma
Okay.
State schedule is like the easiest schedule in the
Oh,
back
yeah.
half of the year. It's unbelievable. They have the easiest schedule the next few games. UCF is probably the closest to a trap game. I'll give you that. My God, UCF's rush defense is so bad. I'm gonna man. I
They
like
have two
look
away
in my
games, and
heart,
then they finish at home.
in my heart, I want Oklahoma State to not win, but my brain is telling me Oklahoma State wins this game handily, literally, quite literally through Ollie Gordon, and I think it's going to be ugly. Oh my God, I think I think Oklahoma State wins. I think they win handily. I will be happy to be wrong again about this game.
Right.
I will be so happy to be wrong. Yeah, let's go Oklahoma State 38, UCF UCF 28, 27, 28, 28,
I like it.
28.
They
Yeah.
do have that speed. It's going to be a problem. I do agree.
No, they're fast. They're fast as hell. But I
They
mean,
are fast as hell. I saw it firsthand. West Virginia at Oklahoma. Sneaky good game, man. Sneaky good game.
Yep.
OU favored by almost 2 touchdowns, though. 12.5 points, over under 58.5. Oklahoma's going to be pissed off coming off of their loss at Oklahoma State. West Virginia is a decently good team. I have Oklahoma winning, but not covering the spread. I have questions about their defense. I got Oklahoma winning 38-28, hitting the over on that game, but not covering the spread. What do you got, Kenny?
What would happen if West Virginia went 7-3, Oklahoma 7-3, and then we went 7-3?
Okay, so that would be 7-2 in the conference, is what you're saying. There's a bunch of tiebreakers. I don't know them off the top of my head, but we may have to dive into that next week, depending on this weekend's results.
Elizabeth, who's this?
Rollison.
Oh, that's an L. Sorry, I'm wearing glasses because it's what I do. Hey, ho, ho, ho. Okay, so West Virginia, Oklahoma. Look, dude, West Virginia's quarterback is pretty baller.
He is.
And I mean, he's a sneaky little dude. And I think he could pull something off here. KU was able to do it. So, and I think quite frankly, I think he might be a better quarterback than KU. Now, I will say, obviously, that game against OU was kind of won on the fact that OU made some mistakes, got some big turnovers, and KU, they're able to make these crazy non-offensive touchdowns or whatever. So, I still think Oklahoma's going to win, though. I would like for there to be a West Virginia win. I think that'd be pretty tight. But Oklahoma wins. I agree with what you said. The same score.
38-28. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
Same.
Toilet bowl coming up here.
Yeah. Houston wins.
Cincinnati, Houston. Houston is favored by 2. Over under 55.
I have no faith in the Cincinnati team. I've constantly said this. I'll say it again. They are a high school team playing in the Big 12.
Yeah, I got Houston big. I don't know. Let's go 35 to 10.
Quite frankly, though, they did give
money.
UCF a game, though, which is wild to me.
Yep.
Like it wasn't like UCF was a blowout game for
Cincinnati's just terrible.
Yeah, they're really bad. What was your score? Houston what?
35 to 10, heading to under, but covering 2 points, obviously.
I'll give Cincinnati 2 touchdowns, 14. 38-14.
Texas at TCU this weekend. Texas favored by 10, over under 53.5. Listen, I think TCU is terrible. I think Texas is really good.
Let me ask you this. Do you want Texas to be the one that wins out?
No. I mean,
because if they win out and then there's a whole bunch of mess for the second team, like if OU loses 2 games or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the K-State's probably got the hardest schedule of the teams left that could get in it outside of,
Yeah,
Oklahoma
yeah.
State and OU. But I kind of do want it to be Texas so that we have another shot at them. But I would take Oklahoma State as well. I'd rather be K-State versus Oklahoma State because that means there's two teams that are staying in a conference that are playing in a championship game coming back.
That would be the best case
I just don't see
scenario.
that I don't see that happening. I got Texas winning like large, like 45-14.
Yeah,
That would be
that would be best case scenario, but I honestly want a rematch against Texas. Like I
yeah.
just want a rematch. I think we beat them again. We should have won the last game, but I think we absolutely dominate them in a second showing.
I hope
That's
so.
just my
It'd be in Texas again in Arlington, which would be like it'd be like 80,000 people there, and there'd probably be 30,000 K-State fans and 55,000 Texas fans. So,
yeah, good.
all right. So, what was
All
your
the more
what's
reason.
your score prediction for Texas TCU?
It's
I said 45-14. Texas wins.
53. Um, yeah, I I think TCU is really bad. I mean, they only scored 3 points against us. I don't think they're gonna do much against Texas. I think Texas and K State are pretty equivalent. I think we're
Now,
better than they are.
TCU can throw the ball a little bit, and Texas has a tough time against
Oh
passing
well,
offenses. So,
that is true. I say maybe give them 2 touchdowns. Maybe Texas only scores like in the mid 30s.
what's your score then?
Uh, TCU 14, Texas 36, 35, 35.
Okay. TCU might not make a bowl game. That's crazy. They wasted all that national title momentum. I agree.
Yeah, they
I agree
did.
100%.
That's a good take.
Uh,
Dude, Jay Nixon with he's been solid on these
yeah,
takes,
he
man.
really has been solid on his takes here.
Like, I'm really impressed by this guy. He's like, he knows what he's talking about.
Last game of the weekend, super late game, getting the last window here. Iowa State at BYU. Iowa State coming off of a home loss at KU. They're favored by 6.5 points. Over under is really low, 41.5. I think this is an upset, man. This smells like an upset. It really does.
It's
Uh,
at BYU. Oh
it's at
man,
BYU.
trap game.
I got BYU winning 27-24, hitting the over. Put the money line on BYU, man. Wrong team is favored. Even though that BYU is 2-4, it is. I don't know. I don't think Iowa State's very good. Honestly, they're a good home team, but they just lost at home. I think
And
BYU
yeah,
is a
now they
pretty
got to
decent home
travel.
team.
They
Yeah,
just lost at home. They got to travel a long ways away. And
yeah.
BYU's environment's pretty gnarly, bro.
It really is. It really is. So
This is a trap game. If there's ever a trap game, this is the big one on the week. Um, God dang, dude, I think you might be right. I think you might be right. I think BYU wins. Wow, that's crazy for me to even say that.
I know, right? What's your score?
Ah, man, I think BYU actually comes out and scores probably 30. Iowa State maybe 21.
30-21. I said what, 27-21 or something, or 24? I think I said 27-24, and you said 30-21. So that
Yeah,
is a Big 12 Week 11 picks, man. There's
yeah.
some decently good games, honestly.
Yeah, there's some easy wins like Texas TCU is an easy win, and then
Uh,
K State versus Baylor is an easy win. And
yes.
I mean I know that you're calling the upset on UCF Oklahoma State, but I
Oh
think
man,
Oklahoma State just has the key to victory against this team, in my opinion.
this is a weird line to me, man. I've said it earlier. This is a weird line. KU only 3.5 point favorites. That is super weird, man.
I don't get it.
Super, super, super weird. I don't get it.
I think they're I don't know what they're thinking, honestly.